Call of Duty in a normal development cycle seems like something that has not been appearing for a long time. Seems like each installment the last half decade has been involved in some sort of chaos. That's why it comes as no surprise that Call of Duty 2026, which is said to be Modern Warfare 4, will reportedly have some MW3 2011 maps because of course they gotta cash in on the nostalgia, and the game is reportedly at a standstill as the team is unhappy with certain aspects of it, as Activision is putting pressure on the studio. And all of us thought that Xbox leadership would be able to enact some sort of change within the studio, and it just looks like everything that was happening before is continuing. Great job, Phil and company. This is all information coming via reliable insider. Now, as of late, the excitement within the Call of Duty community has been surrounding a mod project, and this is a mod project connected to Modern Warfare Remastered. This released a number of years ago, and as of late, there was actually a massive surge to that game on PC. It was the second best-selling game on Steam thanks to the MW2 mod. This article coming from Insider Gaming mentions that the H2M mod, which is pretty much a Modern Warfare 2 remaster of sorts, it's an ambitious porting of the entire Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer platform into Modern Warfare Remastered. This includes every map, mode, weapon, and even some new content such as maps using single-player environments as a basis. It's a free-to-play mod, but it requires that you own MW Remastered on Steam if you want to play it, hence the Resurgence. While Activision released a remastered version of the Modern Warfare 2, this is the big thing, the campaign several years ago, it never released multiplayer for it. It stripped the multiplayer offering from the game, leaving players worldwide disappointed. Thus, there's been massive fan projects trying to revive Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. And I think people need to understand that in the world of gaming, mod projects like this just are rare because most companies do not allow it. Recently on the channel, we've been talking about Fallout London. The fact that that even exists is actually an accomplishment in of itself because most companies wouldn't even allow it. We've seen Take-Two Interactive go after modders. We've seen many companies do the same. Lucasfilm notoriously went after a KOTOR remake, and that's not surprising because they were working on an official one. And just there's so many examples over the years. Nintendo is infamous for these practices, and Activision as well, unfortunately. But the clips and everything that had been coming out from this mod project were impressive. Again, it's not just a one-to-one remaster of Modern Warfare 2. It was adding its own twists and thing. There was camos and all kinds of new stuff that I think a lot of people were excited to play, as again, the launch day was only a couple of days away. And yeah, there's numerous clips like this, numerous showing off the impressive nature of Modern Warfare 2, something that I'm nostalgic for, I absolutely love, and that's why there is some background footage from that experience that I played years ago. But it's just really important people realize that the current state of Call of Duty is not good, especially the older games. Like, obviously there are servers up for, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. Most of the lobbies, unfortunately, are dead these days, but the ones that are active there's an influx of hackers there, and some of them have done some very heinous things to people's PCs. This has been widespread reporting for the last couple of years with so many people upset about this. It's not just PC, it's also Xbox, and unfortunately the developers at Activision, those under Activision, have just never done anything about this because there is no financial incentive to fix up these experiences. The money was made, they're moving on. Just the fact that they're letting servers stay online, I guess they feel is enough, even though that the game's pretty much unplayable right now. And it is important to realize that people have been pointing out that this is something that is straight up against Steam's TOS. As this user pointed out, remember that it's against Steam TOS to sell games that are unsafe to play and feature exploits that can harm your PC, which is the case with a lot of these older Call of Duty games right now. Make sure to report any Call of Duty on the Steam store by clicking on this little flare icon in the store, and unfortunately that's going to do absolutely nothing because indeed there is favoritism to Xbox Activision because they bring in the big dollars for Steam. Now this brings us to the main story of the day, and as I've been alluding to, as you see in the title, this Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer mod project is dead. It was canceled the day before launch after Activision sent a cease and desist letter to them. And this is the official statement that came from the team, the H2M team. Today, our team members received a cease and desist order on behalf of Activision Publishing in relation to the HTM mod project. We are complying with this order and shutting down all operations immediately and permanently. And one of the team team members also tweeted at the time mentioning that it was 3 hours away from release. This is a project that has been in development for the last couple of years. There's been numerous articles written about it. In recent weeks, there's been an influx of coverage from games media about it. They waited until the very last second to say anything about it. You want to know why? And how scummy this gets is the fact that Modern Warfare Remastered actually had a sale on Steam in the last couple of days. It just came to a close, and again, this was required for the mod. And again, the mod was set to release just hours away, and Activision sent that letter right beforehand, so they made the money, and then they sent this letter to shut it all down. And of course, these modders do not want to mess around with Activision lawyers and, you know, potential lawsuits, so they had to comply. This is so scummy. They could have said something a long time ago. Again, there was news coverage, there was all kinds of talk about it for a while. They waited until now because they are scum of the earth. And unfortunately, under Phil Spencer and his leadership team, nothing has changed at Activision, and that is sickening in my opinion. It is worth mentioning that there is a history of this. Again, it's business as usual under Activision. The Call of Duty SM2 project has been shut down. This was in May of 2023, article coming again from Insider Gaming. SM2 was a Call of Duty mod based on the Modern Warfare 2 engine that was being developed by a small group of developers. The game was intended to be a mashup of all the previous Call of Duty titles and was going to be released for free. However, for whatever reason, Activision has apparently decided to shut down the project. I think the thing that a lot of people are missing about why Activision is being so aggressive for shutting this down and why Xbox, their leadership team, is not intervening to, you know, help gamers is because people playing these, you know, mod projects takes away from the $70 microtransaction driven live service yearly Call of Duty release slop that we're given. They want people playing those games, and any eyes, any attention on mod projects takes away from that. It takes away from their microtransaction sales, so they'll never allow mods like this to exist unless, again, Xbox leadership jumps in and does the right thing, but I have my doubts about that, especially with the leadership moves that we've seen thus far in 2024 from Xbox. Now, as you might expect, there has been outcry on Steam. This is the Steam page for Modern Warfare Remastered, and overwhelmingly negative. I wonder why. And as you can see, the reviews are absolutely trashing Activision for what they have done here. And in the last couple of hours, as you can see, this has gone extremely negative. Over 1,000 negative reviews have been coming in, and I really do hope it continues, because these practices have been proven in the past to have an impact. And this is the only way that you speak to Activision's actions, and it is aggressively review bombing all of the Call of Duty games, not just Modern Warfare Remastered. And here are some of the top reviews in the last day or so. Only bought this game for the mod, and the crap I had to do in order to get the base game to run was ridiculous. You shouldn't be selling a game that I need to boot up in safe mode just to turn off settings and get it to run. Edit, they pulled the plug on the only thing that we were looking forward to, and then F these scumbags. Greedy Activision can suck a fat one, enjoy all the refunds. And again, there's been a mass movement of refunds, but if you play more than 2 hours, getting that refund is not insured. Not only is it unsafe to play the game due to the insane amount of booters and hackers, as I brought up earlier, it's also super buggy. Activision, watch your backs. And this actually was another one that was brought up today. Justice for H2M. I hate you, Activision. It goes on and on. You kind of get the idea that's going on with these reviews. And there has been a petition launched, which, again, many people are just really holding out hope that they can reach Xbox and Activision leadership and I guess speak to them and get them to change their minds. I think it's extremely unlikely, but yeah, this petition right now has almost 6,000 signatures. I imagine over the coming days it's going to grow a lot more. And some of the top supporters, here's one video of it.
You motherfuckers are the goddamn devil. God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Okay, you kind of get the gist. I don't even know if I could say that without the video getting demonetized, but yeah, there is a lot of hatred for Activision, as is usual, I should be honest. As you can see, again, more comments portraying that perspective as I just brought up. We did see, again, there seems to be some silence of all of this outrage on the Call of Duty subreddit. Mods over at r/Call of Duty and Activision are actively censoring outcry over the shutdown of this mod on Reddit, which is unfortunate but not very surprising. We did see Robert Bowling. He was a key developer at Infinity Ward years ago. He said a lot of the original team consisted of devs who used to be modders. The original Call of Duty PC games released mod tools and server files to empower community creations to expand on the original vision, build systems to help your UGC community, not strangle it. Now, we also did see FaZe Clan, one of the most notorious, for trick shotting. Modern Warfare 2 was a big liftoff for this company years ago. They said, "We are begging you that you guys consider on this decision. To be clear, we have zero involvement in this project outside of being massive fans. We're excited to produce an Illcams on the H2 mod." Again, quick scoping all of that stuff. It was a big thing on YouTube years ago. Their team made it a requirement to purchase the original MW Remastered, published by you guys, an excellent asset on board. Users/players to your product. This is harmless fun and community building, something we feel Call of Duty desperately needs. Please do the right thing and let the kids play their game. Banks. And again, this is just a very heartbreaking situation. Again, the timing is what makes this so awful, is that they waited until the very last minute to do this. These individuals worked years on this, and it's all thrown to the wind because, again, Activision wanted to be greedy scumbags. It goes on with the outcry. We had Optic Hex, another famous esports Call of Duty player, saying in a video.
It's like they can't get out of their own way to allow for a community to be passionate about a game that they all fell in love for. Now, I would understand if these mod people were charging people to get in there. I understand if these mod people were charging for skins that they make, that they collect money on. I understand all that, but if it's just a simple mod that increases the quality of the movements and of the visuals of said game, which no one is currently playing because it's so old, then why interfere at that level? Don't you got bigger things to fucking worry about?
It's a passion project, but these corporate suits, they just do not care. They look for the numbers, and their numbers indicate that them allowing a project like this to exist will take away from their Black Ops 6, which is just a couple of weeks away. They can't have that being outshined by a mod project like this, unfortunately. The comments continue. They make no money off this mod. You have to buy the game from Activision, so they pocket it all, map packs and all. It's legit just to support the older CODs on newer servers and bring back nostalgia. So disappointing, but not surprised. Another person, Mudahar, popular YouTuber, saying, "F Activision, seriously? Actually excited for this Friday to play this, and these effing cocks ruin it." Nero Cinema, another popular Call of Duty YouTuber, saying Activision just played us all. They let people think the mod was going to live while having MW3 on sale on Steam. They crashed in on an 8-year-old game, then pulled the rug from under the players. Source Skij says Activision Blizzard, again pointing out that fix RCE tools that give hackers remote access to players' PCs. Again, this is something that's happening with Black Ops 2 and the older Call of Duty games right now. And then, yeah, they shut down this mod project. Another individual pointing out Activision re-released MW Remastered 4 years ago. MW2 Remastered did not include the multiplayer and have no plans to add it. Modders, okay, cool. We'll remake it for you, require players to purchase your products to play it, and revitalize the community. Activision, well, incoming lawsuit pretty much. Another tweet, this community is genuinely crazy. To see all the support for a mod that had so much passion thrown in is just amazing. And yeah, as you can see, just so many people pissed. And again, this outcry is only going to grow in the coming days. And I truly do hope that we see some sort of reaction coming from Activision and Xbox leadership, although right now I think it's very unlikely. We have another account saying, we're not surprised, we're mad. They've selectively enforced their intellectual property. There are launchers still active that they know about, yet they let them be. Small fraction. Okay, so a waste of legalist time, aka using IP as a weapon against normal people. And this was reaction to another tweet which said, we as a community have got to stop acting surprised that a billion-dollar company is choosing to protect their assets and IP over making a very small fraction of the community happy about a mod. This will always happen, and this is aka ultimate bootlicker nonsense. There's no excuse for bullshit like this, especially since this is all happening under Microsoft. Microsoft owns Activision. They also own Bethesda. Bethesda seems to be a-okay with letting mods exist because it's single player, obviously. Multiplayer, I guess, is a different story. I would really love to know what Phil Spencer's position in all of this is, and I highly doubt he's going to give a clear answer because he doesn't want to give support for something like this because, again, it's all about that live service money. It really is. We did did see another tweet, no wonder why they're cease and desisting fan-made projects that make no money, they're creatively bankrupt. And again, this is a reaction to the rumors that the next Call of Duty in 2026 is going to be cashing in on, again, nostalgia as usual, which seems to be the only thing that they're good at these days. Another tweet saying, to think we were one day away from seeing this page filled with hundreds of servers with thousands of people playing. Activision can't even shut down people who sell cheats on the newest games, but they draw the line at a mod on a 10-plus-year-old game. You're a joke, Activision. And it goes on and on, all of these tweets, non-stop bashing them. It took Activision 8 years to take legal action against engine-owning CoD cheat devs since 2014, but they act immediately against a non-profit, community-driven passion project that requires players to purchase Modern Warfare from Activision to play. Am I missing something here? You're not at all. And yeah, just a lot of people very torn, very upset about this. And then yes, many calling for boycotts of Activision. We'll see if there is success in that regard. I highly doubt it, because there's been so much outcry over the years over numerous ordeals, numerous situations, and there is no improvement at all with the product and the company. And it's sad to see, as coming from somebody who used to be such a big fan of Call of Duty. And yeah, this is the truth. Remember, kids, Activision wants you to pay $60 to $100 to play their older broken games that open your computer up to hackers, instead of a fan-made mod that still makes them money. And if you want to be throwing the blame at anybody, it seems to be Matt Booty. I mean, the guy who's failed upwards. I've talked about him in the past. He's done absolutely nothing, no success, but for some reason he keeps going up in Xbox, and he right now oversees Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard. He seems to be one of those people that could do something about this, but I highly doubt it, because he's just another corporate suit. Again, very unfortunate. Anyway, as it stands, this mod project is dead. Kinda. I say kinda because files of this project have apparently leaked on Twitter and other social media websites, and there are some players saying that they are going to make this happen, even if the H2M team can't, officially do it. And obviously Activision has already said that they're going to go after it based on the reaction to the original, mod. So we'll see what happens with this situation, but right now there does appear to be like an offline version that some players are figuring out a way to make work, but again, if there's ever going to be a time in which, hundreds and maybe thousands of people are playing this, it does seem unlikely. It seems like there's going to be a lot of work from the community to get this working without Activision swarming in with legal threats and legal takedowns. But that is where the story ends for now. Players are very upset, rightfully, and the way that Activision has handled this is as scummy as it gets, and it just makes me feel like the Call of Duty brand, it just remains burning on fire, and Call of Duty 2026 also looks like it's burning on fire. Again, there's not been a normal development cycle with any of these Call of Duty games, and then everything else outside of it, surrounding it, continues to burn on fire. That is Activision Blizzard for you. That is the Call of Duty brand, the Call of Duty franchise in 2024. Anyway, what do you make of this situation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Consider subscribing for more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you later.